Hello students, welcome you all. We were studying about structure of an atom. So let us recap what we have covered till date. First, electromagnetic spectrum, Planck's quantum theory, E is equal to h nu, and numerical based upon E is equal to h nu and C is equal to nu lambda, and emission and absorption spectrum we have covered till date. Today's topic we are going to start with the Bohr's atomic model. Bohr's atomic model was based upon atomic spectrum of hydrogen, and Bohr has applied Planck's quantum theory on the revolving electron. And Bohr has given its six postulates. That postulates were related with the orbit or energy levels or size of the orbit, stationary orbits, quantized orbit, energy change of electron means electronic transition when it jump from higher to lower or lower to higher. What is the energy change? And then last one is radius of the orbit. He has given its postulate. So first postulate let us discuss here is he said that electrons always revolves around the nucleus in a fixed circular path, and that fixed circular paths were known as orbits or energy levels. Here is a second Bohr's postulate. He said that energy of an electron in one of its allowed orbit is always fixed. As long as the electron remains in one of its allowed orbit, it cannot absorb or radiate energy. So according to Bohr, he said that energy of the revolving electron is fixed. That is En is equal to minus 1312 Z square by N square kilojoule per mole. That is so according to him, energy of the electron is not going to change. It will not decrease, it will not increase, it will remain this only minus 1312 z square by n square. What is z here? Here z is atomic number and n square is what? N is the number of orbit. First orbit n is equal to 1, second orbit n is equal to 2. So in this formula, if you keep on increasing the value of n, that is in 1 2 3 4, and you will reach to infinite. When you put the value infinite n square here, then En will become 0. Value of energy will become 0. So means more is the value of n, more will be the energy. If you decrease the value of n, then value will come. Suppose n value is equal to 1, then what will be the energy? The energy will be En is equal to minus 1312 z. For hydrogen atom it is 1, divided by it will be 1. So in that case energy will be in minus 1312 kilojoule per mole. So thereby 0 will change to minus 1312. That means energy is decreased. So if n value is low, energy will also be less. N value high, energy will also be high. Next is Bohr's third postulate. He said that electron can only have an orbit for which the angular momentum of the electron L takes discrete values. That means when an electron is revolving around the nucleus, it will be having its angular momentum, that is mvr, and that will be equal to uh, integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. So this is the Bohr's third postulate. Here is third postulate once again. MVR is equal to NH upon 2 pi. What is N here? 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. And M is what here? Mass of the electron. V is the velocity of electron, and R is the radius of the orbit. Postulate number 4. Bohr said that when electron absorbs energy, it will move from ground to higher energy level. That is called excited state. And this excited state is unstable. Electron will again come back to the lower energy level. So when the electron jump from higher to lower energy level, it will radiate energy. It will radiate the energy, and that energy can be in the form of light. The light emitted with the discrete amount of energy is called photon. So meaning is what is when energy absorbed or released, you can see from the picture here. So as in the picture it is shown, electron is jumping from higher energy level to lower energy level. You can see number 2, shell number 2 to shell number 1, electron is coming back. So during this phase, when electron jump from higher to lower, it radiate out energy. A photon is emitted, that is equal to h nu. So energy will be released. So here is the detail given ki when the electron jump from higher to lower, energy will be radiated out. When electron jump from lower to higher, energy will be absorbed. So D point you can see, energy released or absorbed by an electron is equal to difference of energy of two energy level. Let the electron jump from higher energy level, that is E2. E2 is the higher energy, second energy level, to lower energy level E1. So we are considering any electron which was in energy level number 2 and it came back on energy level number 1. During that transition, what happened? Energy is emitted in the form of light. Amount of energy emitted or released is given by how? delta E, it will be equal to E2 minus E1 is equal to h nu. What is h here? H is the Planck's constant, value 6.6 10 raised to minus 34, and nu is the frequency of radiant light, mean nu is the frequency of that light frequency which radiated out. So here is one formula, very important formula, delta E, energy released, is equal to RH into 1 by Ni square minus 1 by Nf square. Ni here means initial orbit. Nf means final orbit, mean from where electron jump higher to lower or lower to higher. If it electron jump from lower, means lower will be the first initial orbit and higher will be the final orbit. If it jump from higher to lower, then higher will be the initial and lower will be the final. So here value is equal to delta E is equal to 2.18 into 10 raised to the power minus 18 joule into 1 by Ni square minus 1 by Nf square. This formula only you have to remember, that is delta E, change in energy when electron jump from lower to higher or higher to lower. Okay, so that formula is very very important. So let us practice that formula here in this numerical problem. You can see the problem here. What are the frequency and wavelength? Means we have to calculate frequency nu and wavelength lambda of a photon emitted during the transition from n is equal to 5 state to the n is equal to 2 state in the hydrogen atom. Meaning they has given us electron is jumping from fifth level to second level, nothing else been given to us, but we have to find out what we have to find out frequency and wavelength, mean nu and lambda. So which formula we should use? As we know, c is equal to nu lambda, that we know the formula. C is the velocity of light, nu is the frequency, lambda is the wavelength. Now the problem here is C we know value 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second, velocity of light everyone we know, but nu we don't know, lambda we also don't know. So then let us find out nu and lambda first. How can we find out nu? Nu we can find out by the using formula delta E is equal to h nu. We know the formula delta E is equal to h nu. Delta E we can find out from the previous formula which we already studied, 2.18 into 10 raised to power minus 18 joule into 1 by Ni square minus 1 by Nf square. That formula we can use to calculate delta E. From there, after finding out delta E, then we will use the formula second, delta E is equal to h nu. Delta E we already know, h value we already have, that is Planck's constant 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34. So by using that two values we can easily find out nu, frequency we can find out. When we found the frequency, then we use the relation C is equal to nu lambda. From there we can easily find out lambda. So that solution has been given already, I made you understand also. Try to do this question according to this. Next is, for more detail you can see the video by pausing the video and use this link on YouTube. Thank you very much for the watching.